Interview Mr. Antone White, DC legend, product of the streets, turning into positivity, man. The man, the myth, the legend. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Antone White. What's going on,
appreciate
man? How you
both
doing?
time y'all come, man.
Hey, man, you know it, man. Stuck in the web media, we had to come and get the scoop with you, figure out what you're doing. You know, you turned a difficult situation into something real positive, and you're doing a lot of positive things for the community. And I see this belt
And
that you
for the
got
city.
right here.
Don't
And for the
forget
city.
the city.
Absolutely, man.
All
We're doing
right.
it for the city because it's our city, right?
Yes, our city.
Absolutely, absolutely. I see you got this belt on your shoulder right here, so we're going to talk about how all of that goes. Stuck in the web media. Stay tuned. Let's go.
This is the belt, this for the champions, for the event that I'm throwing on. I had it upside down, so that's my bag.
You good.
But on the event, on June the 7th, I got the event for all amateurs. Amateurs sit up there all in the local area. We're gonna sit up there and be actually contending and opposing to other cities. I want people to understand my whole movement is to bring a sibling atmosphere to other cities. You know, whether it's Philadelphia, whether it's New York, whether it's New Jersey, whether it's Houston, whether it's Mississippi. Our aim with our city is to bring a kindred spirit with other cities, because guess what? Only thing different is our zip code.
So when we talk about our city and branching out to other cities with events like this, what do you think our city brings to the table that we can like branch off to other cities? What can we show about DC, about our city, that's going to stand out to the other cities and make us like come together?
Actually, I want our city to be the model, because you know DC is 4 quads, and we've been separated for decades.
Absolutely.
Based on the quads. A lot of our whole family is over the whole landscape.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm aiming to fulfill is to bring us a strength and solidarity with our city. You know, my brand is not just a clothing line, it's a movement. And what I feel with my Our City event, I feel that I'm bringing all the gems together and for the first time to allow us to applaud each other against these other cities.
So we right here where it all started. And you said a lot of this development, a lot of what we're seeing right now didn't used to be like this, correct?
No, that's correct. Right now, all you see the results of gentrification. You will be surprised that across the street, down the street, up the street, all this was an open drug market. I was raised right here in this household. My family still owns this house. My family is only one, is one of the few that still own homes in the area. I've been gone for 30 years, so everybody understand. I've been incarcerated in the federal system with a life sentence for 30 years. When I come home, all this look new.
You know, when you facing odds like that, what's your mind state like, or your outlook on life when you facing such a crazy situation at such a young age? You know what I'm saying? A lot of us black men, we get subjugated to that because we dealt a bad hand, because we don't have a lot of options in the community.
True.
And stuff like that. So just take me through like what your mindset was like when you was going through that.
Well, at first I was looking at it on a fairy tale level. I didn't believe that I was gonna get found guilty to be sentenced
Right.
to a life sentence without parole.
Right.
I didn't think that was possible, because you gotta understand, I was a youth. I wasn't nothing but 20 years old. I just turned 20 years old upon my incarceration.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't even 21. So you have to understand, I was charged with a RICO, I was charged with a CCE. So CCE is a continual criminal enterprise if no one don't know.
Right.
But I was also aggregated with a charge of a RICO act.
Oh, wow.
So I wasn't even 21 years old.
Wow.
So, and I was the leader of a so-called organization.
Right.
For you to sit up there and charge me as a kingpin, charge me as a leader of a CCE and a RICO, that was just trumped up.
Yeah,
It was made.
Yeah, that's crazy. So what were some of the things that you experienced that made you want to turn this situation into a positive thing? Like when did you decide that you were basically gonna fight your case, that you were gonna try to get out and try to make a positive impact on your city and everything surrounding that?
I didn't think that I would have to do 30 years. I thought that I probably did another 2, 3, 4 years, because in actuality, I'm looking at the innocence of me being charged as a kingpin. Once that 5 years transcended and amounted to 10, amounted to 15, when I started seeing other people going home who had life sentences. So I had to sit up there and vamp down and actually learn at least the rudiments of law. And once I actually sit up there and more so digested what the Constitution holds, I started learning how to fight my case. And it took another 15 years.
I'm glad to see that you're out here making a difference now. A lot of people don't come home positive and try to do something for their city and where they're from and where all of this crazy stuff happened to them. So we definitely want to like give you your flowers for that.
This area here, this apartment always been here.
Okay.
This was the spot that we actually was jamming from. This was like our trap in y'all lingo.
Right.
This is new. This been built since my incarceration.
Okay.
This actually was like a little parking lot area, and we used to have a 18-wheeler right here. And in the 18-wheeler, we used to trap out of it and jam.
Just as far as people who are facing similar situations such as yourself, what do you think is the most effective way to get through to those people to try to put them on the positive path or try to get them to fight your case like you did and get them on that path to going home?
Well, I feel that they should actually understand that jail is actually a reality. See, a lot of people think that jail, deaths, it's not possible for them. And we have to really show them. A lot of people is coming home and applauding their incarceration. I think that the average person who come home should discourse to the youth, particularly, that jail is it's a great deal of haunts there. You know, we actually lose our family, we actually lose our goals, and jail is real. So jail stripped us on any ambition that we actually had.
Was this alleyway always here,
Well,
kind of like this?
This alley actually been, destructed.
Oh, wow.
So you got to understand how you see this dog park.
Yeah.
This actually was a recreation center called Crispus Attic.
Gotcha.
It was historical. This whole, so you see trees right here, but this whole spot right here was actually the building. It was a building, and over here in front of it, it just be like little parking areas. But when you go actually up the hill, it was a platform that we brought basketball courts, so the whole community actually could play ball and everything. So, this was one of the areas that, although this was an open drug market, we wouldn't sell drugs back here. This was because you had kids back here, and we played basketball.
Yeah, so it was kind of like a neutral zone.
It was a neutral zone.
Got you.
It was a neutral zone.
Being that you had your situation in your case, you faced some things, as I did my research, that a lot of people of a different color wouldn't have encountered. You know what I mean? You being hit with the charges that you were hit with at such a young age, and for them manipulating the court system in the way that they did to put you in that situation. What do you think the best way to kind of fight that is, to try to either spread awareness or get the judicial system to recognize that they need to change things like that?
We actually have to show that the injustice of the situation.
Right.
Like mass incarceration, from my perspective, was the worst of injustice, politically injustice or systematically injustice of all times. See, a lot of people also states that they compare it to Jim Crow and slavery, but I feel mass incarceration was a structure, a systemic injustice that crushed the whole progress that we already had through civil rights, as the aftermath of civil rights, etc. Because guess what it did? It broke a tremendous hole in the family unit. Not just in the family unit, but the community.
Since then, do you feel like you've seen any type of change in a positive direction, or has it still been the same that you've seen it over the years and since your situation?
A part of me feel that it's worse. Why? Because social media, social media is a travesty towards a lot that we're trying to work on.
Right.
And you have a lot of people actually who sits up there in social media, they trolling. There's no progress. And what they're doing, it keep imposing each other. Yeah. Just like you have this new era, they trolling, they curb the assassination. They actually, it's no growth.
Yeah.
It's no growth, and everything that's actually like more so on social media, they criminalizing all their acts. They even incriminate themselves.
Exactly, exactly. And that's, I think, the crazy thing about the difference between, you know, y'all time and like my time and the younger, because as we see in social media increase more, everybody wants to post what they doing, whether it's right or wrong. And,
True.
you know, they just helping the police out, you know, whether, you know, you should be doing it or not. If you're doing stuff, there was a time, let's say, you know, say back in your era where, you know, the gangsters didn't live on the internet. You know what I mean? And having any type of camera around what you were doing wasn't celebrated.
See, I feel that social media actually should be informative. When I say informative, it should supposed to be some type of growth.
Yeah.
That, or a message that you have to sit up there and convey, you know, to the viewers.
Yeah.
So you got to understand that everything that's actually being noted on there, like in our era, we had a basis of a value or a code that we call code of silence.
Right.
Everything that, see, what confound me, not just saying with the era that's out here, what confound me is more so how guys who did 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, but did time.
Right.
Come out here and get on social media and denote all blasphemy about other people.
Right.
They freely could talk about other people.
Right.
So by them coming home and talking about other people, and my concept feel that a lot of these guys was actually been debriefed back in the days.
Gotcha.
Because they freely talking.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it would be disheartening to me, or would be a violation of what I stand if I come over here and talks about an individual, about what they did and who's hot, or who did this and who did that, and who killed this and who did that. So you got to understand that's actually giving a testament, or that I'm aware of these crimes. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, so social media was a certain thing that really actually, like, I believe that it destroyed us more so. Yeah. And it's still destroying us.
Yeah, and it has so much potential to help us. It has so much has so much potential to, like you said, be informative, be educational, help us, you know, overcome the things.
And speak about the injustice.
Exactly.
You know, speak about the injustice.
Exactly.
Speak about the poverty. See, like with me, people don't understand what our city, one of the tenets of our city is also equity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's got nothing to do, like, DC is gentrified.
Right.
So we have to also understand that's our reality.
Yeah.
We can't come here with a racist undertone or overtone.
Right.
We got to accept what it is.
Yeah.
And by us being here and we saying that it's gentrified, we can't show the imbalance. Like if they sitting up there saying that they're about this city and what we have to do with this city, we have to sit up there and better our educational system.
Absolutely.
Better our housing.
Absolutely.
You know, and you know, it's more than to it. Anything systematically in the system, we want equity. What's going on?
Hey, man, how you, man?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Gotcha.
Man, I want y'all to introduce this my uncle.
Yeah.
You know, one of the ones who helped me, man, breed me into the man that I am today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That he still live in that house. One of the ones who we still own.
Nice.
You know, we one of the few families still have the house around here.
Yes, we do.
This right here is new. This used to be actually a convenience store.
Oh wow.
The spot in between. See, right now it's open. It's all one, but this used to be 3 sectional.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, in the middle of this spot used to be like a dollar hamburger fried spot.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Lawrence had owned it at. Beside it was arcade game. I mean, arcade. But what happened after the arcade? It became like a one of them little furniture repair store.
Gotcha.
But right here, this where a lot of times this is my life really changed at.
Okay.
Right here used to be a curry out called Chinese Dragon.
Okay.
2 of my childhood friends that we go back to, we was like 2, 3 years old. If he was alive, he'd been one of the oldest persons alive.
Oh wow.
Both of them was killed in this store.
Dang.
And this was actually stopped me from going to school. I always saw, like, the only time that I ever failed in school is because I didn't go. I was an honor roll student. And when my friend Zach and Dre got killed in this store, it changed everything in me. I didn't have that ambition no longer to want to go to school, want to be a boxer.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Right then and there, it darkened me. It darkened me. It took so much from me.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people just like, tell me why you're not going to school. I didn't say it no more because Zach had an ambition. He was graduating that year, and Zach was actually was in talk of going to the military. And so right then and there, it really devastated me.
Yeah.
You know, you were the first one that I actually really told a story that outside of my family.
I appreciate that. And when it comes to that, do you think in situations like that, it's like a lack of kind of, I don't want to say community, but like, you know, nowadays they're pushing more like mental health, people to seek out therapy. You know, as Black people, we don't really like to do that, and we, you know, it's kind of like a thing that we shy away from. Do you think something like that helps those situations?
It could, because if it's comparable.
Yeah.
When I say that, it's like if we have the same experience, we have a same relation.
Yeah, it has to be somebody who can relate to you.
Yeah, and see, sometimes people can't relate to your story.
That's true.
Then you got to understand one thing about the worst crimes or motives right now, especially when it comes to killing, it's the ego and pride. A lot of people's over to jail right now based on their pride and ego, and they can't handle their emotions. You know, a lot of times, nobody's really over to jail for a murder that's supposed to have been a murder. The average murder is over there spontaneous. It's a lack of emotion. You know, and a lot of times is that, you know, like I say, it's in the moment. Somebody might step on your tennis shoe.
Right.
You don't know how to regulate your emotions.
Exactly.
If we share the same experience, we know how to relate.
Got you.
And what it is that guys is coming home from prison, the return, don't get me wrong, I'm so happy so much that there's so much returned citizens coming home. They got a lot to offer. But the average person coming home to the youth and not sharing their pain.
Exactly.
They trying to show the youth that they got a certain notoriety, a reputation. They want these youth to see that reputation. But the youth saying, hey, I have that same reputation. Y'all been gone so long.
Right.
But you got to go to the youth and tell them about the pain that you went through in prison.
Right. And I feel like that's why it's so good that you're doing what you're doing, because you can step in for those people who don't have somebody with a comparable story. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, just like you said, are lost with their emotions. And whether or not they seek out therapy, they can turn to somebody like yourself and be able to say, this man has been down the road that I'm either going down or have already gone, and he can kind of guide me out of it.
Yeah, but see, people, this is what people missing. See, gentrification killed the whole community. See, once upon a time, the community actually used to help raise you.
Exactly.
Like, if you lived beside me and you came home late for school and nobody home in your house, you was easy to walk in my household.
Right, it takes a village.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, gentrification killed it. Then you got to understand the cruel thing that they did to this city is took all the recreation and replaced it with dog parks.
That's true.
So you got to understand, look at it, you got at an all-time high, you got youth suffering, you got kids suffering from high levels of stress.
Right.
How can a kid suffer from high level of stress?
Yeah, they shouldn't even be going through that.
They have no recreation center to go to. They have nothing to go outside their home. You got people, don't get me wrong, you got a lot of parents, it's cuddling them and keeping them in the house.
Yeah.
And kids, at this day and time, kids are obese.
Yeah.
They're not even sustained, they're not even getting the sun.
Right.
So you got to understand the sun is one of the things that help alleviate the stress, help them sleep better.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
I definitely believe that.
But the community gentrification still brings a lot of discord and separation in the community.
Absolutely. To pivot real quick, I want to talk about your store, about your brand, Our City, that you have right there on 8th Street. Take me through how you got that started. When was kind of the spark in your head that said, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, build this brand, and build it how you did?
I'm gonna say that the idea and vision was birthed like in 06.
Okay.
06, 07. And I was in California at USP Atwater. That's a federal penitentiary in California. I probably was locked up 16, 17 years at the time. And I started seeing that a lot of my young homies was coming in. I didn't know them no longer. And the only thing that connected me to them was the city. When I first was sent to the feds, we was actually divided based on cities and states. So you got a lot of people that, a lot of my brothers are from Philly, a lot of my brothers from St. Louis. I can name almost every city, major city. I got some brothers, some good homies there. But where we from, we only make us residents. Homies go by a code of conduct, regardless of what city you from. But what I learned, everybody had great pride in the city that raised them. But what happened is that I no longer knew the youth no more. I became the uncle, the old head. But the guys that I used to fight against, we became brothers. And at that time, I started having an idea. If I could bring all the cities together, I could stop the injustice. So when I came home, I didn't come home to a section of Northwest saying, this is my hood. My hood, look at it. My hood been buried many years ago. I want the city to actually come together and say, hey, we all about DC. But we also understand Philadelphia struggle. We also understand Atlanta struggle. We also understand New Orleans struggle. Because guess what? All of us started having the same cases. All of us was getting the mandatory minimum and the effects of mass incarceration. But guess what? We didn't have the sense to come together and fight this injustice.
So, piggybacking off of that, you know, nowadays you see a lot of talk about people saying that the DMV or the DC area, our city, can't really get anywhere in the industry and type of, you know, areas of artistry because we're so divided, because you got all these neighborhoods and, you know, Southeast that's against each other and Northeast that's against each other. So do you think that that's something that's holding us back and dividing us with all these hoods having different beefs and things like that?
I believe so, because there's no support. When the artists understand that they have power, music is a language in itself.
It is.
See, what we learning out here, what we used to learn when we was young, we still think violence is just the only language. But you got to understand, people learning how to articulate their language and music. But their language should be more than just a hood. It should be a message. Regardless of what genre you in. Your music's supposed to affect the people. And when you have good music, guess what? It don't stop. It transcends from generation to generation. But what it is that people is only using their neighborhood as the audience. If the whole DMV starts saying, I'm talking to this injustice that I'm experiencing in my hood, every other hood should be able to feel that. Right? So every other hood should feel the poverty. If this is in your language, this is in your music. But when you sitting up there trying to make it seem like your neighborhood is the only suffering,
you box yourself in.
You boxing yourself in. You boxing yourself in. And see, like DC, people ran away from their culture. You know, it's like I told one artist, I said, if you want to win DC over in a DMV period, you have to tap into go-go, even though you may not like go-go. You may have to learn how to perform in front of a go-go crowd.
That's how Wale did it.
You see that? And that's why Wale became beyond that, because everybody's attracted to go-go worldwide. You could take a go-go band anywhere, to New Orleans, to Miami. We're gonna do a DC takeover. But the point is, homies is running away from their culture and don't know how to sit up. That you supposed to be able to go into any stadium and turn it out, whether it's a rock and roll stadium. They not talking about really they pain that everybody else feel.
As we get more into like the music space, I want to also mention your daughter, who's also an entrepreneur. She has the Art Society Battle League, and that's something that I think is a positive, you know, way for the city to kind of come together, even if, you know, people not from the city or from different cities to come together and, you know, positively have competition where, you know, it's not centered around, you know, violence and, you know, the type of beats that they got going on.
And that's why I'm proud of her, because like she established our society battle league.
Absolutely.
Everybody in the DMV or in the whole genre or in the whole community of battle rap, no Kelz. She bringing opponents, facing off opponents without violence, who's actually enjoying the freestyle of rapping.
Right.
And matter of fact, I don't want to speak on it. I've let her speak on herself.
So now I'm here with Kelz, the queen of our society battle league. I spoke with your father. We mentioned you were talking about some rap stuff and everything, but you're doing something very positive, something that the city needs, because you got like Smack, you know what I'm saying, URL and all that stuff like that, and you actually brought something like that to the city on your own. So I just want to know, how long have you been doing it?
I started my league in 2019.
Oh, wow.
So this will be our 7th year in August.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, indeed. So what made you want to pivot and go this route? Like, you always had an interest in music, or what like put you on this track to create this?
So I have always had an interest in music from way back, like in my earlier days of growing up, like college days. I would watch battle rap. I had a best friend that was an artist. I was like his manager back then, helping him book little shows or whatever. And then I found battle rap locally, and I just pivoted there.
This is definitely a way to bring the city together. But what do you think outside of just battle rap we could use to kind of improve the rap scene or the music scene in the DMV?
Community, honestly. I mean, like, even at some of my events, I have some of the regular artists, like Kenilworth Katrina has been to a few of my events.
Dope.
She supports
She's
a lot.
dope.
We have a lot of even comedians too. We have some comedians that pop out, a couple rappers that popped out. So, I mean, just building a community. Everybody support everybody, where we all met each other before and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Everybody just supporting.
So yeah, definitely shout out to you. Congratulations on your success, and I'm wishing you nothing but more success.
Thank you.
Make sure y'all check her out. Our Society Battle League on Instagram. Tap in with the events. I'm planning on going to the battle myself, so y'all might see me there. But definitely tap in with her. All right, so we got a boxing event that you got coming up, right?
Yeah.
So it's June 7th, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, June 7th.
Yeah.
That's a Sunday. It's a family outing. Our top fighters gonna sit up there and contend with other top fighters. My aim is to show them what discipline can be. You know, I'm looking at it like each champion, each winner, gonna be presented this belt. I'm a type of person that when I start calling you champ, I want you to start believing in it. It's not just about winning this fight. It's about the discipline of the youth. I want people to understand that with our city, your responsibility is your own. Don't sit up there and try to say because you lost because of your coach, you lost because of your mother, you lost because of your girlfriend and your kids. When you're in that ring and you apply yourself, this your duties to be the best version you could be. And that's how it is in life.
Right.
I just don't want them to accept the role of being a boxing champion. I want them to have that characteristic, that posture, that structure, that I'm a champion.
Absolutely.
Win, lose, or draw. Make sure y'all come support these youth. June the 7th, from 4 to 10, and we making future champions.
And I heard we also gonna have some artists in the building that's gonna be walking out some of the youth boxes too.
Hey, I also heard that you rap.
I do.
And what I do, I want you to give to these youth more so a chance to show the professionalism of y'all walking them out to, intro them into the ring.
Absolutely.
And that's what we need.
That. Yes, indeed.
Because we got young Jose.
Yeah. Okay.
We got A-Town.
Okay.
We got BDR, and we got on Gerard Street Garvey. And now we have you.
Yes, indeed. So add Spider to that lineup, man. We're gonna walk these young future champions out, and we're gonna make the most of the event, y'all. But make sure y'all tap in with our city, DC, our Society Battle League.
It's more than a brand, it's a movement. It's about a city. We got to stop screaming our hood. It's about our city.
Absolutely.
That hood shit is old. It's old.